to a spectacular victory, being hounded by Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski is one of the co-owners of the team of the car doing the chasing. Chris Buescher is hounding down Shane Van Gisbergen, who happens to be mentored by Marcus Ambrose. Marcus will be back in Australia watching this, and it's shades of Keselowski and Ambrose all over again. Buescher gets on the inside of SVG and says, "You pushed me around earlier, I'm going to give it back." Incredible on this final lap. Van Gisbergen's only got one real shot left at it. Maybe two. Thinks about it into turn 6. Did Buescher save the best to last? Or has Van Gisbergen got a little payback? He gets wide. He loses it almost. He has to gather it up, but he can't do it. Chris Buescher wins at the Glen in the most spectacular style.
Chris Buescher, a non-playoff car, would go on to win the 2024 race at Watkins Glen. It was the first time Watkins Glen was ever in the playoffs, and he did it in dramatic fashion. Going into the bus stop into the final chicane, SVG was leading until he hit the wall and it set him offline. Buescher would pounce on SVG as they entered the carousel, moving him out of the way and taking the lead. SVG was not able to return the favor or get back to Buescher. Buescher would pick up the first win for RFK on a road course since 2014 and solidify himself as one of the best road course drivers in the NASCAR Next Gen era.
Track there, moving down now. Jeremy drops to the inside, trying to draft up on him as they head towards the turn and turn.
Dale Earnhardt won here in 1987. He won here in 1993. Here comes Mayfield.
He made a move on the outside there.
Mayfield going for his second career win at Pocono. He nudges him out of the way. Earnhardt goes high. Mayfield is going to win here at Pocono. Oh my! Dale Earnhardt gets rooted out of the way. Jeremy Mayfield waves out of the window. And Mayfield on the final turn of the final lap. Watch it again. Mayfield, contact, shove, win.
1996 saw the unthinkable, and it was Dale Earnhardt Sr. getting moved out of the way by Jeremy Mayfield to win a race. This was something so wild to see, as Jeremy Mayfield would pick up his win at Pocono because he moved the Intimidator. Back then, nobody wanted to lay a fender on Dale Earnhardt Sr. because the retaliation could have been huge, but Mayfield did it in the best way possible, giving Earnhardt zero chance to get back to him.
And NASCAR's trying to get him to get down and get off the racetrack. We got a battle for the lead down the backstretch, though. Kyle Busch in the 5, side by side with Clint Boyer under 21.
Watching him, watching the flag man, no sign of yellow. Busch has the lead. Boyer wants it. Here comes Benson. They are almost 3 wide as they come off the corner. No caution. Here come the leaders. Boyer holds it. Busch is right with them. 4 cars under a blanket.
2 by 2 with 2 to go.
And Yaley is off the racetrack. He's out of harm's way. Here they come, and Kyle Busch is going to try to hold him off. Boyer taps.
Oh, they're sideways. Look at Robbie Gordon on the high side. He gets all 4 cars, all the leaders.
Caution comes out as Michael Waltrip makes the pass.
Now remember, the field was frozen when the caution came out, but the cars that caused the caution, they are not able to stay on the lead lap or get the free pass.
Larry, as I saw it looking across the track, at the moment the starter lifted the caution flag, Michael Waltrip had passed those cars to take the lead. And a fellow who was down in the mouth all weekend about his Busch program just not coming together is probably going to go to victory lane. They are still crashing down the front straightaway as they come to the line.
Yeah, Michael started back in 22nd position. We did get the white flag.
Back in the early 2000s, NASCAR raced at Nashville, but it was only for the NASCAR Busch Series. It was a one-off race that the Cup Series didn't go to, and it actually gave for some fantastic racing. I'm very surprised NASCAR never went to this track before 2021 because the racing here was phenomenal. And in 2004, it had one of the most chaotic finishes when Clint Boyer and Kyle Busch got together on the exit of turn number 2, collecting the top 4 cars And 5th place actually slowed down, and Michael Waltrip, who was running 6th place at the time, would take the lead and the caution flag, which would eventually be the checkered flag. This has to be by far one of Michael Waltrip's most chaotic finishes in NASCAR, period. There's no way he had any other finishes this wild. And this finish goes down as the craziest finish at Nashville Superspeedway.
Coming down to Dale Earnhardt.
1 lap to go. Does anybody have anything left to cope with the man in black?
Here's what's going to happen. Maybe. I thought Terry Labonte was going to try to move down and take over 2nd place, and if he does, that'll just open it up for Earnhardt to move away. We'll see. Naturally, every one of them wants to gain a position, whether it's from 4th to 3rd or whatever, but if they do get side by side, it'll help Earnhardt.
This is the half a lap to go. 4-car shootout to decide it all. Dale Earnhardt.
Here comes Coke down on the inside. Earnhardt has problems.
Slopping back. Something is amiss. Here comes the field driving for the finish. And on the outside, it is car number 10, Derek Cope. Something amiss on the Earnhardt car. Coming to the line. It's Labonte pulling up, and an amazing finish. The Whitcomb Racing Team has won it.
He'll get the white flag this time around. There's Earnhardt lurking in 2nd position off of corner 4. Terry Labonte gets the white flag, but still has this traffic to contend with.
Jeff Ledine had to come in for a splash of gas. Or a flat tire or something.
Now let's see. They're down to 4 or 5 car lengths.
And a slow car right, and Earnhardt is right on his back bumper.
Let's see what strategy he pulls. Oh, Labonte is sideways, but wins the race. Crashes, and he wins anyway. How about that?
Fans cheering at Talladega. Earnhardt Jr. leads last lap. Outside. Vickers wants to go. He's getting a little wider.
There he goes.
Junior. Oh, no! Vickers hits the 48.
The 48 and takes out Earnhardt and Jimmy Johnson.
Caution is out. The leaders had already taken the white flag.
So is it going to be the 25 or the 9?
There are 19 scoring loops around the track. NASCAR will use scoring loops and videotape to determine the race winner. The checkered flag is out. Checkers and yellow out at Talladega.
Oh, man, oh, man.
There you see it again.
Same thing happened in the Truck Series race Friday night. Last night. Mike Skinner hooked the right rear of Mike Walsh, and in the wall he went. He hit the wall. He didn't have the 8 car to bounce off of. He went in the wall.
In my mind, before 2007, NASCAR never really had controversial or wild superspeedway finishes. It just really didn't happen. But the 2006 race at Talladega kind of catapulted that into the next level for 2007. Coming down the backstretch in the final lap, Brian Vickers would pull out a line to try to push Jimmy Johnson, his teammate, and he would collect Dale Earnhardt Jr. to pick up the win for himself. This was Vickers' first win in NASCAR, and it was very controversial and very disliked by many fans because A, he took out the most popular driver of Dale Jr., B, he took out championship contender Jimmy Johnson, and you put them both together, they were both racing for a championship, and Vickers was not. As you know now, Chris Buescher, driver of the number 17 Ford for RFK Racing, is by far a staple driver in the sport. He easily can win at any given week. But early on, before he was at RFK, he drove for Front Row Motorsports. But they don't have the resources as all the other big teams. And in 2016, Chris Buescher actually won a race for Front Row Motorsports at Pocono. Buescher, who was running mid-pack all afternoon, actually stayed out on the racetrack when others pit. And a big fog cloud came over the racetrack with just a handful of laps to go. NASCAR had to throw the caution for safety because you obviously couldn't even see across the racetrack, and it was dangerous for spotters and the drivers. And you know what? That fog cloud never lifted. NASCAR ended up having to cancel the race and give the win to Chris Buescher, who would pick up his very first win in 2016.
Stewart's car, the white flag is out. Maybe. The last lap is underway. Who gets back first if there's no accident? I think they're going to have a hard time, even though Logano has a big run, getting back. Kurt and Kyle Busch right here. I don't know.
Looks like they might have a run. They do.
Back down, come back down, come back down.
Cut the other way. Half a lap to go. Here comes Stewart in the 33 as Logano goes to the point. 3 wide in turn 4. A squeeze to the outside wall. Trouble in the corner. Hard, vicious crash. Who gets through to win the race? Caution flag has just been called. The race leader is James Busher in the 30 car.
You couldn't have asked for a better way to start out the 2012 season at Daytona than that finish right there. James Busher from 13th, yes, you heard that right, 13th position on the final corner of the final lap, came out of turn number 4 in the lead, and that is because everybody in front of him lost talent. Down the backstretch, the 2-car tandem was powerful. Multiple cars were pushing each other, and it all came apart when Kyle Busch got separated from the 1 car, and they ended up going into the wall, collecting 3 or 4 of the cars. And as the rest of the field tried to pass the wrecking cars, they all got involved themselves, and James Busher would pick up the checkered flag in the NASCAR Nationwide Series.
Where does he block? Does he block high? Does he block low? Here it comes, Kyle Busch to the middle, shooting a gap. No help with Kyle Busch.
Oh, Suarez right alongside him. 3 wide. Off turn 4. Here they come to the flag. 3 abreast. Photo finish.
I think it's Blaney. Unbelievable. 3 wide finish. Have you ever seen anything like that?
Scoring.
Finish is under review.
Scoring has the margin between the first 3 cars at 0.00 seconds.
How awesome was that?
The race finish is under review.
How about that? Freeze frame, stop motion to the line. That's too close to call. Unbelievable.
I thought it was Blaney, but that picture right there.
He's going to get a huge push by Bubba Wallace. Blaney doesn't pull up to get the middle lane blocked, and Kyle Busch puts it right on the outside of Blaney, woes them all down. Bubba Wallace gets tight, so really at this point it's a race between these 3 guys coming to the start-finish line, and it's just a drag race and nobody's going anywhere, and it comes down to a dead heat between the 3 of them at the start-finish line. What? That's unbelievable.
We'll believe it. That was awesome. And I love what you said there. As soon as Wallace slid up, it eliminated all the help from behind. At that moment, you knew it was a 3-car drag race to the finish. And Daniel Suarez, how about Jamigo?
43 laps to go. The Monster Energy Cup Series Coke Zero Sugar 400. And slow on the track is the 4 of Kevin Harvick. Will he be able to get to the apron? He does. Can he stay out of the line as the racing continues? Austin Dillon up front. They shifted him out.
It's going to be a big one.
And now around goes the 3 in front of the pack. They're all collected. The 11 with damage, the 22 as well.
Big wreck here.
Smoke rolling out of the cars that even cleared this incident.
Kurt Busch was one of those guys that was out on the racetrack leading the race, hoping that we would catch some weather and he would maybe declare the winner, but he has decided to come down pit road, get service.
So Justin Haley on our scoring monitor, and we're seeing a little bit of lightning there outside the track still, and of course the dark weather, but Justin Haley showed as the race leader, and he was a runner-up in the Xfinity Series race on Friday night.
And last year in the Xfinity race, he thought he won the race and got called for passing beneath the yellow line, which you can't do. And, you know, he still feels like he won that race. So those guys gamble a little bit. They have nothing to lose. They were coming to 1 to go, but now the caution lights are back on the pace car.
Coming our direction again. So not only is it raining now, but it looks like another wave of the hard rain is coming.
Congratulations.
Thank you, bud.
Go see your family.
You're seeing it live. Hey. There's your winner.
He's being told right now.
Getting ready to go.
Justin Haley has won his first ever Monster Energy Cup Series race.
That was awesome, man.
I didn't do anything.
This race will go down as by far one of the most disappointing ones in a long time for me. I loved the racing we were having, but unfortunately, Mother Nature had other ideas, and rain was looming in the area, which brought up the intensity. The racing was getting more intense, and coming into turn number 1, Austin Dillon would throw a horrible block on Clint Bowyer, sending himself, Bowyer, and the entire pack up into the wall and crashing into one another, and it was the big one. And out of nowhere, Kurt Busch would actually take the lead, and the rain would come. But NASCAR actually said they were going to keep restarting the race, so Kurt Busch made a pit stop. That gave the lead to Justin Haley. Right then, a lightning strike would take place, and NASCAR would have to hold the race for 30 minutes. And then the showers came, and the rain never let up. And Justin Haley picked up his first and only win currently in the Cup Series in this dramatic way.
7 points to the good, so he may not afford it, but
look, he's there. What a great corner.
Here they come through the final banked curve at the Charlotte Roval. Now he goes to the inside. Here comes Jimmy Johnson.
Oh!
Locks the brakes up.
Oh, he's
and he's going to slide. He slides through the middle. Truex gets tagged. Now it'll be a fight for the finish line. Ryan Blaney in the 12 will win.
He stopped. He came to a full stop to make sure that he was good with
78
after the race.
Look at that. That was after the checkered flag had been out. And Martin Truex Jr. showing his frustration.
Jimmy Johnson driving hard into the corner, just too much speed. Truex saw it, tried to avoid him, just couldn't avoid him.
In 2018, NASCAR introduced the Roval. It was going to create Charlotte Motor Speedway into a road course, something we've never seen before. And the fans were very skeptical about it. But coming to the line to finish out the race, Jimmy Johnson and Martin Truex put on such a fantastic performance, I think the Roval solidified itself for years to come in the sport. Jimmy Johnson would overdrive the corner, get into Martin Truex Jr., and out of nowhere, young Ryan Blaney would come across the line to take the checkered flag to win and advance to the next round of the playoffs. This race created so much drama, and it was by far very chaotic.
Mid-corner, white flag here. White flag, off 4.
Here comes Suarez, guys. White flag is out. 1 to go. Brought to you by Credit One Bank. And that's a big one for Kyle Busch because he knows we're not going to get the caution.
Tire.
He blows a tire.
Coming back to the checkers.
Here comes Daniel Suarez down on the inside. Drama. Does Daniel have enough gas? California. Suarez now in position for his first career victory.
If he's not out of gas, Austin Dillon's running third, 5 seconds back. Does he have enough gas?
Suarez on the apron. Here comes Dillon off of turn 2. Look at Suarez working
Kyle's
the wheel.
going to try to make it with a flat tire. Can he do it?
Busch back in front of him. This is outstanding on the final lap.
And Austin Dillon is into 3. He's going to coming fast. Dillon's going to get the lead.
Here comes Austin Dillon. Where does he stand on fuel?
He goes to the outside.
Dillon outside of Kyle Busch into the wall. There's contact. Back to the checkered flag. Unbelievable. Austin Dillon wins it.
Wow, what a race. Who needs March Madness? This is California Auto Club Speedway Madness, and it doesn't get any better than this.
Unfortunately for NASCAR fans, this track is no longer on the schedule or even in existence, as it has been torn down in the last couple of years. But it put on some fantastic racing for the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And Kyle Busch looked to clearly have the win in sight in 2016 until he blew a right front tire. So then we thought, okay, Daniel Suarez is going to win the race. But Suarez ran out of gas the final lap, giving the lead back to Kyle Busch. And out of nowhere, Austin Dillon comes off turn number 4 to pass Kyle Busch and take the checkered flag in an unbelievable finish that we will probably never see again in NASCAR. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. Also, if you've liked this video, I'm pretty sure these videos will catch your eye also.